Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another. It's not a. Fuck. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my top 10 action figures of 2020. Now, this list was very hard to make, and when I say very hard, I mean extremely hard to make. I got almost every figure that I really loved this year. Earthrise was a banger. The two Black Series figures that I did get, bangers. The Godzilla figures I got, amazing. I only got a couple. I only got this, and I think the NECA one that I reviewed. I'm not sure if I got any more else this year for Godzilla, but it's just been a great year for collecting in general. I got some great Marvel Legends. Transformers has popped off. Kingdom came out of left field at the end of this year and just blew my mind. So, without further ado, on to number 10. So, for number 10, this might be coming as a surprise to all the non-G.I. Joe collectors I have on my channel. But for number 10, we have the G.I. Joe classified Cobra Commander. I could not have asked for a better Cobra Commander figure in my life. I think Cobra Commander is one of those villains, along with Megatron and Skeletor, that are just so classic and 80s that almost every action figure you get will nail the look and the feel, and this figure nails it. And I say nails it, I mean it feels like you're holding Cobra Commander in your hands. He comes with this grippy hand, he comes with this pointing hand, like he's yelling at Destro about the time or something, like, "Destro, you ignorant fool! Get back here now!" It's just so amazing. It makes me want to get a lot more Cobra Commander, or Cobra, or G.I. Joe figures, sorry. So, it's just such an amazing figure. The painting on this guy, the sculpting on this guy. One thing I did wish is that he had a little bit better articulation, because some of it's a little outdated. But yet again, it is Cobra Commander. You're not going to need him in a lot of, action-y type poses and stuff. So I don't mind it as much as I used to. Anyway, on to number 9. I don't know if you guys caught that, but another complaint is that he's of course he does it now, but he's a little hard to stand. So he's a little bit wobbly. I don't know why. So he likes to fall either backwards or forwards sometimes. I don't know why. I try to make him be the most balanced he can, but it just doesn't work a lot of the time. But yeah, on to number 9. So, for number 9 on my top 10 of 2020 list, we have two figures that I have yet to review. We have the Transformers Netflix Bumblebee and the Transformers Earthrise Cliffjumper. They're just such good molds. I guess the only complaint I have, really, is the feet. They're kind of awkward to move. They're huge. They look like clown feet. And I'm one of those people who doesn't really mind the backpacks. Bumblebee's backpack, I feel like it suits Bumblebee as a character. Cliffjumper's backpack, it also pretty much just suits the look, in my opinion. But he can also hold it as a shield. And, Transformers with shields, that's my bread and butter. I want more Transformer shields. I want Hasbro to start doing, like, accessory packs with shields, because, I don't know, I think that they would be the most useful in stop motions. The transformation, it's kind of fucking cancer, honestly, but other than that, it's an amazing figure, amazing mold. If I had to choose one over the other, I'd say I would go with Bumblebee, just because I like, Bumblebee's look better. I like him in vehicle mode better, and they actually got the license to a BW bug. So, I kind of like BW bugs. Cliffjumper, he's good and all, but, I've kind of gotten over him. He does have that paint scratching happening on his shoulders from transformation, so that sucks actual ass. But overall, both of these are good figures, and I just couldn't leave them in separate places on the top 10, or make Cliffjumper an honorable mention, and then Bumblebee in the top 10. So they're both here at number 9. So for number 8, I know this will probably stir up some controversy because this is technically not a 2020 release, but she was in stock on Big Bad Toy Store, so I ordered her, and I got her in 2020, so I'm counting it. These are all the figures I have acquired in 2020, by the way. This figure is just amazing. It gives you a taste of what Kingdom has in store for us, and it's just the articulation, the transformation, the paint. I do have a review filmed for her that'll be up probably. I know this video will be up by today when I'm filming this, which is the 31st. But she is just an amazing figure. I really love the sculpt. I love the articulation. I have a little bit of paint mishaps. There's a little bit of, I guess you could call it mustard gold on her crotch eyes missing right here. And then I have a little piece of like an air bubble popped right on her eyebrow, which is missing a bit of that mustard paint. But it's, other than that, the articulation is great. Figure is great. I've been waiting a fairly long time for Kingdom figures, or Beast Wars figures, and this line has delivered to me so far, and I cannot wait to see what this line has in store for the future. By the time I'm recording this, it is confirmed that the Kingdom figures will be out in retail tomorrow, so hopefully I can't go out because I'm self-quarantining, but I asked my dad if he could, so hopefully I could get myself some T-Rex Megatron and stuff. Anyway, on to number, 7. So for number 7, we have the Transformers Studio Series Blitzwing. I adore this thing. Besides that, really, this is what is dragging it down from not being in my top 5. This. It will not tab in. For the love of God, it will not tab in, and it will not stay tabbed in. You try, you force it a bunch, but on mine, it just will not tab in. And these missile things, they like to fall off pretty easily. Other than that, I don't have many complaints. I guess the eye paint is a little sloppy, but that's just, I mentioned that in my review. It's not a big of a deal anymore because I've gotten pretty used to it. But this figure is just amazing. It brings me back into September days. I got this figure when I was visiting my grandma, so I do have like a mental connection with her small Wyoming town and this figure. So I guess it always has brownie points. So this is my number 7 just because of the articulation, the sculpt, and it's just a good figure. It was rare, and I couldn't find it, and then I go early to a Target in the morning, and boom, there it is, first thing on the shelf. Grabbed it and bought it. Done deal. It is one of my favorite SS figures ever. Actually, probably my favorite SS figure ever. Anyway, on to number 6. So for number 6, we have what might have come as a surprise to some of you who have watched my Silver Centurion review, is the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Silver Centurion. I love this thing a lot. I love the accessories. I love the package. I love the articulation. I love the sculpt, everything. But the one downside is, I don't know, once you play with it, you just kind of put it down. He's just become one of the boys in my collection, He's really good figure, do not get me wrong at all. But it's just, I don't know, man. He's kind of just there now. He's not bad by any means. I mean, he made it onto my top 10. But he's not, he used to be my number 3 with Tom Hardy Venom, but I don't know, over time and the new figures I got just kind of booted him out, I guess, which is kind of sad, but here he is at number 6. So, for number 5, we have officially entered the top 5 figures of 2020. Here we have the Dinjarin and Gogru pack, the Beskar armor. I got this out of a pure stroke of luck. I am so happy I got it. It beat out that old Mando from the first couple episodes of Season 1 easily, and it has just become one of my favorite figures in my collection and my top 5, and he reached my top 5 in a very short amount of time. But I honestly, I thought I would have him lower because of the face. The face is growing on me, honestly. It doesn't look like Pedro Pascal at all, but I mean, it does, kind of, but they got it at a wrong time, and if this was released, I don't know, now, after Season 2, when we get better looks at his face underneath the helmet, I think it would have been a much, much better figure. But as it stands, the face has been growing on me, and come on, man, Gogru, he comes with the little Beskar credits, the tracking fob, everything you would want with a Mando, he comes with it, and that's just an amazing touch, amazing thing, and I just love the articulation, I love the paint, I love the sculpt on this guy. But moving on to the tie in this is not Transformers, the Marvel Legends Tom Hardy Venom. Now, this guy, like previously mentioned with Silver Centurion, was in my top 3 of 2020, but new releases, I just kind of stopped playing with him for a while, but getting all these figures out makes me want to play with some of them more. So, you ask me tomorrow, and my top 10 of 2020 would change immediately. I don't know, I'm just that kind of guy. But, he looks really good, really nice next to all your other Marvel Legends. He looks pretty nice next to some Spideys. I do not have my Retro Spider-Man on me, but I think he would look amazing next to him. But it's just an amazing figure, amazing detail, amazing sculpt, articulation. The one thing that he didn't come with that everybody wishes he did would be a alternate Tom Hardy head. But I think that's asking a little too much of Hasbro, because first they have to go to Sony, which I hear aren't the easiest fucking people to work with, you know? So, I mean, there's some complaints, but overall, it's a really, really solid Venom figure, and he is my top 5. So here on my number 4 spot, we have the Transformers Earthrise Skywarp. Obviously, he is the namesake of my channel. He took over Starscream Rules, and now it is Skywarp Rules. I love this thing. I love the colors. I love the transformation. I love the articulation. All of the complaints that I had with Starscream kind of fade away when I touch this figure. He's just that good. I love it. The crisp details, I guess you could say that they did kind of do a crappy job on mine with the purple right here on the wings on both sides. But that's just like one paint mishap versus a whole entire great looking and feeling figure. I love this thing so much. It was in my top 3. It was actually number 2, but I got some figures that did outrule it, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, this is an amazing figure, and I will never forget that 4th of July trip when I found him. So, he is number 4. So now we're opening our top 3. Now, before we get to number 1, I do want to do my honorable mentions, but we're only at number 3. So for number 3, we have the Transformers masterpiece, Burning Convoy. I love this thing. I love Optimus Primal, and this version of Optimus Primal is just an amazing looking figure, just an amazing feeling figure. It feels more toyetic than I feel like any other masterpiece would. Maybe that's just the quality of the translucent plastic. By the way, translucent plastic quality is really, really nice. I really dig it. I got this guy for Christmas, and he has just rocked my mind. He is so good, so articulated, so detailed. I love the transformation. The monkey mode is the gorilla mode. The monkey mode is very nice. Just the whole entire aesthetic of this thing. I really love the translucent plastic. He looks beautiful when you put him up into the sunlight, when you put some lights on him. It's just an amazing looking figure. I do not have batteries for him yet, sadly, and that's pretty much it. I'm also scared of rubbing off the paint on his thighs and on his chest when on this piece of his chest at least, while transforming it. But that's pretty much my only complaints with this guy. And yeah, that's why he's number 3. And it's kind of weird that he only made it number 3, and the rest of these figures from now on are mainline figures. So I don't know. He's really nice. Just, I don't know. There's something about him that you just don't really play around with him too much. Just kind of want to set him down on your shelf and he'll collect dust. So that's probably why he's only at number 3 and not number 1. So in flying in at number 2, we have another figure that I sadly have not reviewed, but I have been wanting to for a long time, ever since I got him. We have the Transformers Earthrise Skylynx. I can't even fit this whole dude into my review station. I have to, like, fold up his wing, fold it down over here. Ah, man, he is such a good figure, man. I love this thing. The playability on him is just utterly amazing and fantastic. I can't even get this guy into a full shot. Here we go. There we go. He's just an utterly amazing and fantastic looking figure. Let's get the lights on him. He deserves it. He is just an utterly amazing looking figure, a fantastic figure. I just love his accessories. I love him. The transformation is a little weird, but simple at the same time. And I just love even the singular modes. I love it. The articulation on this guy. It feels like you could play with it, but at the same time be gentle with it. One complaint is that my poor magnificence has already started to rub off right here. You can see that. But, it's just small stuff that you could cover up that by the wing. I just love this thing so unbelievably much. He feels so good to move, so good to, just play with. He's a good play figure. The paint on him, the sculpt on him just blew my mind, man. Oh my god, he's just so that good. He's just that good. Anyway, now I've gushed over this figure enough. I will do a review for him someday. But now on to my number 2 picks. Number 1. And obviously, to no one's surprise, my number 1 picks for this year is Earthrise Optimus Prime and Transformers Kingdom Optimus Primal. I love these things. I love these things so much. Oh my god, dude. Optimus Primal is just the new kid on the block, but he is fantastic. Even the paint scrubs within his legs, I don't really mind it. His articulation, his transformation, his detail, everything is on point. Everything. And I mean, this is basically just an ape version of this figure. And that is why they're both, I couldn't choose between them. Because this is just basically this, but not a truck and a monkey. It's the same thing, just monkey truck. And honestly, I kind of do prefer monkey. But I know that battle cry truck, not monkey. Anyway, for Earthrise Optimus, though, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. He is just utterly fantastic looking. He is utterly amazing. Just everything I would want in an Optimus Prime. You have the Matrix of Leadership. You have the trailer, which has been the background of my videos or my reviews. Actually, yeah, ever since I started this channel. I had this trailer on my setup ever since I started this channel. The first video I ever did with this setup, technically this setup, is the Earthrise hoist unboxing. And oh my god, dude, this figure is just so amazing. The blue in the eyes. I did have to replace the back of his head with the Siege one because mine was getting a lot of paint rub on the top of his head. But honestly, it doesn't even look that bad. He just looks amazing. The Matrix also, he has a blast effect port right there. There's just so many things you could do with this figure, so many things you could do with this figure, but the one downside to having Optimus Primal now is that you don't have a Beast Wars Megatron, which hopefully that can change tomorrow. But I mean, they just look great together. Honestly, the legendary leaders of the Maximals and Maximals and Autobots, the descendants from each other. They just look so amazing, and I love playing with them. I could not put them down when I got them, and I still can't really put them down even to this day. So those are my number one picks for 2020. And here are my honorable mentions of 2020. Here right before you, we have Earthrise RC, Cyborg Spider-Man. I bought the Spider-Punk, that's what it is. The Earthrise Blue Streak, actually, Earthrise Blue Streak and Earthrise Smokescreen. I just didn't think it was fair to put one of them on the top 10 and then one of them on the honorable mention. So they're both here just for fairness. We have Transformers Core Class Optimus, Kingdom Cheetor. Actually, all of the Kingdom figures that I have so far have been on this list in some way or another, which is kind of funny. You have the G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes, 20th Amazon exclusive Logan, the Target exclusive. That's why Snake Eyes didn't make it on the top list. You have the 20th, or the Target exclusive Fox Wolverine, or not Wolverine, god damn it, Deadpool leaning up against the Bio Goji, one of NECA's last Godzilla figures. You have, and that's pretty much it for the honorable mentions. They're all really good figures, just not as good as the ones that I was able to put on the top 10. Some other honorable mentions that I would like to be up here is the Retro Spider-Man and, god damn it, the Retro Kingpin. I actually have Retro Kingpin right here. I just couldn't fit him with all of these. Another figure that I couldn't fit with all of these is the Transformers Target exclusive Runabout. I really love the color scheme on that guy. Jesus. Snake Eyes keeps making everybody fall over. That's better, actually. Wow. God damn it. But all of these figures, really good in their own ways, but just, in my opinion, not top 10 material exactly. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on RC. A lot of people think that she sucks balls. I really like the figure, along with Cheetor. Honestly, it took me a while to warm up to Cheetor because, honestly, I didn't like him at first. But he's a good figure. Core Class Optimus, I didn't feel right putting him on the top list because he was itty bitty beep. And then Godzilla, amazing figure. It's the Godzilla that I'm using in my maid display. Cyborg and Punk Spider-Man. I think that Spider-Punk is using the Pizza Spider-Man body better than any other figure that has before. And Cyborg Spider-Man looks amazing. I love the detail, everything. I think every figure here has a review on it besides Smokescreen and Cheetor and Spider-Punk. Those are the only three, and I will get to those this month. Anyway, guys. So, clearly, I have the best tastes in action figures ever. Now, this might not be everybody's list, clearly. It's not. I mean, I have the fucking Earthrise Seeker mold on here, along with Masterpiece Burning Convoy, which I've heard a lot of people either don't care about or don't like. But, you know, I personally love every one of these figures, even in the honorable mentions. They are all fantastic figures, and the figures that made my top 10, like Blitzwing, Bumblebee, Black Arachnia, I love those still, but these 5 are my figures of this year. They're my favorites, and they are undoubtedly the best in my opinion. Now, the order in which these go on the top 10 may change in the future because I'm an indecisive asshole. I also couldn't fit Skylinks up here, so Skylinks is in somewhere in this, because in the top 5 there was these two, and then these two. These two were tied, and then these two were tied. So there's Skylinks. He's on my bed right now. It kind of screwed up my whole Autobot display, so I have to put him back as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm so excited for what 2021 will bring. I mean, Kingdom Megatron, I mean, Kingdom Galvatron, Cyclonus, everything. Oh, and there goes Optimus Primal Sword. I mean, all of the Kingdom figures. SS86 looks amazing. Those figures are already showing up. I can't go out, as previously mentioned, so that sucks that I can't go out and try and find anything, but at the same time, it's for the better, honestly. But this year has been pretty shitty for everybody, but honestly, it's been a good year in retrospective. It's been a good year. I mean, I met some of my best friends, Grimlock Studios, Dem Turtle Meme, that action shot. I mean, I technically didn't meet him this year, but I got to know him a little bit better. That Nerd Isaac, Panda Prime, all of those guys I've met this year, and they've been amazing and inspirations to me. Congratulations to that Nerd Isaac for hitting 200 subscribers so soon. It's a really good achievement. I'm really happy for you. We're already past 150. I think we're at 164 or something. I don't know. But this year has been a mixed bag. And I can't wait for next year, what it brings. I mentioned a lot of projects in my Christmas special or Christmas message. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next year. Peace.